herself to the milk. Well, for a further update, I've been speaking to ABC News' Lara Hyams, who's in a suburb of Sydney.
Well, for New South Wales, it's actually towards the north of the state and also along the mid-north coast. That's where some of those conditions that we have been seeing have been exceptionally dry for this time of year. Yesterday, there were threats that that was actually going to take a hold of Sydney itself. The area where I am is located on the upper north shore of Sydney in a suburb called Turramurra. There is bushland about 50 metres away, and that fire actually got to an emergency level yesterday. Some thick, dense bushland is around those properties, and that ignited very quickly yesterday afternoon at about 4 o'clock. We're still seeing a multitude of fires around the state, but the severity of them isn't as bad as what we saw yesterday. What you can see behind me is some of the homes in the suburb of Turramurra which are doused in almost this pink retardant all along the roofs and also the facades of the homes. And that was because yesterday aerial water bombers flew down when that bushfire ignited just up from me and took hold of that bushland area, and those water bombers responded exceptionally quickly to douse a lot of those areas with that flame retardant. That actually took out a lot of the fire, reduced the intensity.
And I can see behind you the colour of the roof. I can also see the cars in the drives and a couple of people walking by. Does that mean most people have stayed put rather than leave the neighbourhood?
Well, around this area, there were fire officers that were door-knocking neighbours yesterday, telling them to perhaps pack their possessions that they wanted to and get ready to leave. But it was courtesy of those water bombers that enabled that fire to reduce from emergency warning very quickly. So some of the residents that I've spoken to this morning say that even though they were prepared to leave, they didn't necessarily need to because it was the quick response to that. At times, there have been concerns that fire crews may be stretched ahead for the summer, but we have been warned about this. Those conditions don't seem to look any positive for the month ahead.
Many thanks to Lara and to our colleagues at ABC News.